no gunshots, but they getting low, 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 low.
Alright, we're professionals. Anyways, welcome back to another video. Today, video slash live stream, I should explain this. I want to start doing these shorter live streams that will automatically get posted onto YouTube, just because they're way more convenient than having to edit them. So you get to see all of my bloopers, mess ups, and anything else, because it's just easier this way. So we are currently touring a old survival world that me and a couple friends used to play on. I think if I had to say a number of people that were playing, it would have to be probably seven of us. I think I could be wrong. I think there was like a core 5, but then a few more people joined later on. But yeah, so this is a spawn point right here in the center of our little village. Yeah, so for people who don't know me, I am a huge Minecraft fan. We all know this. But for people who don't know me, I love the Hermitcraft series. And that series is probably one of the biggest ongoing Minecraft server series. If you don't know it, I definitely recommend to check it out on YouTube. They stream it sometimes on Twitch, but it's mostly on YouTube. But I would highly recommend it because it is awesome. But this kind of, that, due to the fact that they're having a new season, is giving me the idea to tour this world. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. I mean, there's a lot in this world to get done and to look at. So it's definitely important to look at. First of all, this is the egg. Very, very, very important. All praise. It really wasn't important. We just killed the Ender Dragon. I should kind of give you a look at what my gear ended at. We'll get to that potion in a second, but we have a hood, robe, greaves, and diamond boots. The reason this was our setup was because we did mini games, which I don't actually know where the minigame boxes themselves were, but we would do like weekly like tournaments and challenges on you know the weekends, and we would get prizes and rewards, and some of them were full sets of boots in a PvP arena. I remember that one was a PvE, so everybody had to survive and fight waves of mobs, and then after we were done with that, the two people that survived the most end up getting into a fight, and the winner got to keep their things. Actually, I'm sorry, the top 3 people got into a fight, and the winner got to keep their things. Actually, I'm sorry. You got to keep 4 things that you wanted, but then if you wanted to keep all the rest of your things, you'd have to win the fight. I'm sorry, I completely messed it up. And I saved these 4 pieces of armor. This was actually that, but with the same enchants, plus depth stride and whatnot. But also these are unbreakable, so that's why there's no unbreaking on it. But there was also shoes with this, so I saved that. I also grabbed an extra pair for a person that was not in the challenge that week, so that's why I got an extra pair. But I was able to sneak out something else, and I'll get to that in a second. So here's my sword. Pretty good. We had basically everything maxed out. Bow, pick. This was my first ever time using mending in survival, and it was so useful. I would just be able to go on like hour mining sessions and never break the pick. My axe, you know, could use some XP to fill it up, and then this was the other thing that I got. Sharpness Sharpness 7, looting 3, and fire aspect 2. Probably doesn't need the second one, but fire aspect 2 hoe, which is the scythe. And it's awesome because it's also unbreakable. But the reason I liked it, because first, it was an offensive weapon, and two, you could use it to like hoe the ground and whatnot. And you'll see later when you see my base why being able to have an unbreaking hoe is so important. But I guess we'll start off where the world started off. We spawned in here, and the first thing that I did was find my way to the church because it was there. This was our first ever building that we were all like kind of a part of. We all kind of were in this. What the hell is going on? Time to test out the scythe. All right. I have no clue what that was about, but yeah. So we had a few plugins on the server, so you can see like these weird setups here. Why there's just a iron block sitting around this. We had a bunch of different plugins, which allowed us to have some pretty interesting blocks, like coolers, backpacks, and other things. Um, but yeah, no, yes, I got two. And that. But so I should probably mention where were they? Right here. These chaos crystals. After a while, we created like an official spawn, like at I believe 0, 0. I'm not gonna go there right now. But you can basically sell these for some pretty amazing gear. That's pretty rare, and it took a lot of time to get because you can only get one per day, and the only way you'd get more per day is if you had a second account like me, but they don't know that, or if you traded and you got another one. So let's see what we got in here. Nothing super special, I don't think. A lot of wheat. Oh my god. Few enchants. Nothing crazy. But yeah, no, this was our first ever house. And I'm going to go upstairs before I go downstairs because that's kind of more important. Here we just got some storage and whatnot. Blah, 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 blah. And over here was the community enchantment area. And this became sort of, I don't know, there was sort of a bit of a crisis that happened. So eventually when the economy came into the server with like money and whatnot, this chest was full of lapis. And I, for one, being an economic genius that wanted to rank up through all the ranks very quickly, I took all the lapis and sold it. And to be fair, I obviously didn't, mine up all the lapis. I did do a bunch of it because this was my house for the longest time. So whenever I got lapis, I just threw it in there. But it wasn't all me. So people got a little triggered about that, about me, selling, the community stuff, and whatnot. Also, this was like this, but I added these. Yeah, you're right. Boom. I'm so cool. But I'll head downstairs, into a room that has changed very much over the time. There used to be fish in here. I don't know what happened to them. They probably died away. And there used to be a piston here that was closing the door, and it would look like this. For the longest time, my room was literally hidden to everyone. And then, up and down would close it. A few of my supplies still left over. Why did I have that much sugar? We won't know. That was a hidden chest that, it was hidden. I guess I'll go in here next. This was my herbalism room. For people who don't know, herbalism is a function of MCMMO, and essentially what you can do is you could do this, and then and then it would just be firing out bone meal, and then I'll just kind of mine away at it, and it would give me a ton of herbalism levels. And it was pretty broken for farming. Like, I was able to get a ton of herbalism levels. Like, I think if I were able to check, I probably had the most herbalism levels out of everyone. Why is this broken? This is not like this before. Yeah. So, what is going on here? What the hell? There might have been like ores exposed, and when I left this area to go into my new house that I'll show later on, somebody might have came in and did it. But yeah, I set this up, and I was able to farm off it really well. Like, I was just able to go crazy and get a ton of farm. Down here, this used to be a waterway until the nether room interfered with that. I'm gonna try to find my way back. I don't want to expose the nether room yet. Boop. Boop. No. Oh, God. Where'd it go? Okay. We're just going to go here. Awesome. And then I'm not sure where. No. Okay. This is going to be a great tour, I swear. It's going to be just absolutely great. Definitely everything's planned already. But yeah, somehow you were able to, like, go down under here, underwater. Yes. Cool. And then this would lead into another person's base that we basically connected with pipes. And this also led to a bit of drama as well. Also, it led like all the way up here, around, and then down through here to here. And this was like a hidden room, but he had a lot of his good stuff down here. So I would just, snag it, and then all of a sudden he'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck? Why is my stuff gone?" And it would cause to be a bigger problem. But I guess we'll go on from here in this area. So this is another person's base. I don't fully remember whose base it is, but it's somebody's. I remember they never really finished this back area, but I believe, actually, no, I think this was Richards, if I had to guess, right? Yeah, it was Richards. So we all had kind of our own thing going on, but right here. So this was my I have no clue what the fuck is going on. Sorry. So this was actually another person's base before it was Richards, and essentially, I would use this place to go mining. I would just go down here, and then just mine. I don't know what's happening. I think they use this to block us. Oh my God, voice. To block us off. I don't think there's actually anything in here, but I would come all the way down here to the Y level and just mine with my super breaker pick, and I would just mine, and it would be awesome. This was the best spot, I feel, because it was just, basically endless possibilities. But one day, without the permission of the previous owner, he came in and basically took it over and kicked that person out to this house, the granite and other place house, and essentially this became their home, and they didn't really do much other than that with this house, other than, it's a house, right? So but yeah, but then of course this house also got taken over eventually later on, and without the permission by that same person, by the way. But yeah, so we're gonna head back to the church now, and head back into the other areas that there is. So down here is our one, there was a hidden room originally that then got found and raided and stuff. There was a lot of raiding without like permission, although it was generally a pretty like fun server. There was a lot of raiding that was happening, but all the way down here, once we get there, we had our mob spawning room. It was a giant dark room. You just come down here, kill mobs, get XP, whatever you wanted. You could also come down here to mine if you wanted to, go down one of the paths. But mostly this was just used for mob spawning. And that was that room's purpose. Next, this is the nether room. I helped make the redstone door because no one knew how to redstone for some reason. But this will go into the nether portal. I will go into the nether later. We didn't have a super crazy nether hub. I remember we actually didn't really have a nether hub. Because we weren't smart. We had no clue what to do. Really, we literally just made nether, and then we like portaled from other people's like far off bases and just made like paths. We didn't go up to the top and make it a room and like ice paths and stuff like that. How you should. But yeah. So next up, we have this tower. This tower was made by the same person who made this, but the cross, which honestly I thought the tower would be like a lot shorter. The tower, the cross was made by me. All my gold, by the way. In hindsight, I probably should have put it up here, but that's beside the point. So, anyways, this tower, it was gonna be kind of our like holding our materials area, which that eventually didn't happen because of you know other reasons that I'll explain as we go up. So each floor was supposed to be one person's floor, and we could buy it off of the owner. And the owner's floor was going to be the top because he wanted it. But I was the first one to buy a floor. I was actually the only one to buy a floor. But yeah, so this was my floor. I didn't really do much with it. I just kind of put chest storage here. But eventually I sold it to a guy named Mike, and I didn't. I don't know. Basically, a lot of my economy was off of crops, so I told him if he was going to harvest any of the crops down there, which we'll get to, he had to give it to me, or he could sell it and then give me 50% of the profits, basically, because this was my base that I gave to him for free. I actually would like to go quickly right back into the church because I feel like it's important to say one quick thing. So there's a lot of people taking over other people's bases as soon as they were done with it. Not as soon, but like eventually. So in here, there was originally my what's it called? Netherwort farm. Somebody came through after and then just turned it into a gigantic, and I mean absolutely gigantic, sugarcane farm, and it's actually connected to this. That's why I didn't go down it earlier. But yeah, without my permission, just totally came into my property and started messing with that, and it became a problem. The whole property stealing thing became such a problem on this world. It I don't know. I'll explain it when I need to explain it once we get up there. Oh, that was such a problem. But anyways, so we all kind of had roles during the entirety of the I guess the world, the series, whatever you want to call it. But my role was the farmer. So I started out with this farm and this farm, and then I expanded to this and that, and it was great. And then while I was doing that, I made the Great Wall of Sugarcane, is what I call it, because I would come from here, go getting money all through this, and I just keep going. I'd keep going all around the entire island, and I would keep doing that. I would do this so many times. I would get so much money from doing the sugarcane around the entire island. I will get to everything that is over here, by the way. I just want to show you how long this wall is. It's an endless wall. There's another path there, and it just keeps going. I didn't do it here because it was gravel, but gravel. God, my voice needs to stop. Yeah, I didn't worry about cutting out the gravel, but other than that, like this thing just kept going, and it went all the way to here. I think somebody might have broke some. God, my throat. Voice is just not working with me right now. And that was great. Until the owner of this, Drake, he made this wheat field. And I was like, yo, farming is kind of my thing. What the F? And eventually we got to talking, and he said that since he didn't want to have to farm all this because it was a pain, he gave it to me. And this kind of became my deal. and then I gave it to Mike, as I was referring to earlier. Um, yeah, this was definitely a pain because you had to break everything by hand, and then replant the seeds. It was such a pain. That's why I really hate using wheat as a food source. I absolutely hate it. We'll get to that later. Ooh, okay. Um, Over here we have a bit of like a stables area for like horses and whatnot. Um, it's actually interesting. This was made by the same person, Drake. He was, oh boy, okay. He was kind of like the builder on the server. He did a lot of our bigger and better builds. And yeah, he was just really good at what he was doing. And yeah, and I did actually later on, after I got this file, I did edit this a little bit to make that and other things. So there are a few things that have been edited since the ending of the actual original world, but yeah, but I will point them out when that happens. Yeah, so this is where the stables are going to be. There were sheep and cows like just walking around. There were horses and whatnot. I don't know why, but they seem to have despawned, but that's fine. Up next is the courthouse. Everything here, it was made by me and Drake, except for this. This was added on later. This was me, and all the end rods were also me. But yeah, so everything here was made by me and Drake, all by hand, all in survival. And yeah, this is the courthouse. We'd basically come in here. We had a plugin where you could just sit down in the chairs, like actually sit, and there would be a judge, there would be a person who would come up here, whatever, prosecution, defendant, there would be people in the stands. The NRODs, like I said, these are added in after the fact. But yeah, you'd come here, and then there would be, and then since we didn't have enough room for the jury, basically people in the crowd were the juries. But yeah, that was how that worked. This was the courthouse. There's something down there, but I guess I'll go down here. Yeah, but there were many trials in here, and they got pretty heated, as most law things do. But if you were guilty for anything major, you'd get basically put into the jails, one of the jails, and it works like any other Minecraft jail. You just can't break blocks, you can't do anything, you can't teleport out, you can't do anything like that for a while. But we are currently under the gladiatory dome. We'll come out here. This was built by Drake, and a bunch of us helped get sand and what for this, because this was a large amount of sand. Speaking of, if I can find it, I will definitely show you the desert that we destroyed, because there was another thing called excavation in the MCMMO, and people got some pretty powerful diamond shovels and just tore that up. And if you got high enough level in that, you'd be able to actually get diamonds from breaking sand. So yeah, rest in peace, that desert. Anyways, so this is the gladiatory arena. Many battles have been fought here. Mobs would spawn here all the time, so we would basically just be fighting mobs, and then also each other when we needed to settle things like men. Over here, that's just an ocean shack. Nothing super crazy about it. I will. Where should I go next? I'll go here next. I'm saving this for the end because I know that's why you people are going to be looking for. So I want to make sure I keep the interesting things at the very end, so you guys don't click off immediately after it's done. This was our first ever mine shaft. This is where everybody mined as a group. Nothing super crazy about it. Just a mine shaft that we all used back in the day. Here was another person's house. One here, Black One, with his name. He protected his house very much because he was actually cousins with the owner of the server. So basically, he wanted to keep his things safe. But I started a rivalry with him, but then we became like really good buds. His name is Ryan. I completely forgot that for a second there, but let's see what he got. Oh my lord, that's actually less dimes than I had. But yeah, he had this giant storage shack, and I wanted to get stuff, but yeah. Now moving down here, this was his like epic area. He's got something back there, but I'm gonna save that for a few seconds. This was his torture chamber for Richard Sheep. Richard the Sheep or the Richard Sheep, I don't know. But yeah, this here was is the place not burning? Not gonna question it. Yeah, this was. Oh, here's the boots, right? No, wait, are these? I want to know if these are the boots or not. No. Okay, so I thought they would be there. All right, down here. Screw that. He had a mob farm. Also, are we in? Yeah, we're in peaceful mode. That's why nothing's here. So some mobs would come down here. Sorry. Actually, for the terms of there we go. Of getting up here. So he had a zombie spawner over here. Oh, what's going on right here? No clue what's happening. So yeah, he had that there, and then what's over here? Oh my god, that's a lot of things. Over here were blaze spawners. Okay. Yeah, that's actually not bad actually, but yeah, and then he had a blaze spawner, and then you could kill him there. But yeah, so this was Ryan's house. He was one of the later joiners, but he joined and he did some amazing things clearly. This was his back entrance. Oh my god, so many shulkers. Whoa, we got some stuff in there. God dang. But yeah, so he was one of the later joiners. I'm gonna just deactivate this, I think. But people would come in here all the time, so he had like lava buckets. I guess he changed it to arrows, but yeah, people would come in here all the time and try to like mess with the stuff. So he like set up a trap. I didn't want that to go off. Let's continue over here now. Here, this is. Oh, why does it not work? Okay, that's what I think it's supposed to look like. I'm gonna mess this up. Oh, I did it. So this is a mushroom house. There's literally nothing here but a bed, but it was one of our cooler builds. Actually, a lot of the like things like mushrooms and that's actually interesting. Like mushrooms and like a lot of things in this section were like the very last things we made, and a lot of the things that were made were during a time when I didn't really play on the server a lot. So a lot of these things all of a sudden just one day were there for me. I was like, that's weird. Like this forest all of a sudden was there one day. I had no control of it. It was just like, oh, okay, interesting. Over here, this was my crafting table house. I don't know why I did this, but I felt the need to. And I don't know, I did it because I did over here, the furnace house. One of these days, like I know we put something in one of these furnaces, and I don't know which one it is, and I'm not about to check every single one, but I know there's something in there. I don't remember what it is, so. Over here is another little mushroom house, another thing that popped up out of the blue one day that I had no part in, but it just showed up in the village. This was like the third house of that owner right there. Actually fourth, actually, I remember, because there's another place that was like the main compound of this person, so. Yeah, just a basic house, over here, this was Caleb's house, and he basically, he was doing his own thing for a lot of it. He didn't really interact with me a ton, so that's why I didn't really know what was going on. But down here, he made something, and he revealed it to us all one day. I had already seen it because I used chorus fruit and other means to see it. But here's his farm. nice small farm. Um, but yeah. Notice how we haven't gotten to my house yet? I just want to point that out. My house is going to be like, it's going to look both bad and good. And you're going to be like, wow, you're a madman. But just wait for my house. So he revealed this to us later. He made an entire underground little area for, his dog and for everybody to hang out. And we could fish down here and everything. So it was a really nice area. But yeah. Let's zoom back up here. Where should I go next? I guess I'll go to the place next door. Right here. So this was also made by Richard. This was his bar. And I guess now would be no better of a time to talk about this potion. Basically, also he has an entire stash of it down here. But yeah. So basically, you'd come here, you'd order. You would order this and steak. I don't know where the steak is, but jeez, there it is. So you'd order this and steak, and you have a nice meal upstairs. But oh look, it's a bird with no name. Basically, this would get you're pretty drunkity-doo-dah. And you just have like super speed, and you can't see anything. It's so impossible to control. And then milk because I don't want to deal with that. I know there's a lever somewhere right here. I'm gonna hope that opens it up. If not, I'm gonna have to walk all the way back. But if you come around here to the back, you probably already seen part of it. Closed it. All right. Yeah, you've probably already seen part of it because of the when I was showing you the sugarcane. You've probably already seen this, but come down here, and you come over here, and you'd get this place. This carpet would usually be flashing in all the different colors, like it would just turn into a rainbow. But this was his like place where you could come chill, dance on the pole or whatever you like doing. And there would be music, and it would be chill. It'd be a nice place to hang out. But yeah, that was also part of Richard's place. It was kind of his plan. You get you drunk, get you go party, everything like that. This, I don't know whose house this is. I think if there was a sign, I might be able to tell. But I remember somebody made it. I just want to make sure there isn't any secret compartments. I don't think there were, but yeah, so I don't know whose house this was, but it was somebody's, and I don't think it got very much use because I don't remember having to go here a lot. Over here, this was something that me and Hero were working on. Let me just say one quick thing. I'm not a great builder. All right, I'm not really good at detailing. I don't know what I'm doing. This looks awful. I know it does. But this was our police station. It's weird that the police station nowhere near where the jails are, but we made it. And this was our interrogation room. I thought there was going to be a head there. That would be a camera, but I guess not. This was our interrogation room. This is where like kind of the people would be like working in their offices and whatnot. But yeah, this never got completed, sadly. Over here, what is this? I think this says like police. Wee woo, wee woo. Police line do not cross. Wee woo, wee woo. Yeah, and then Richard, way after the fact, he had placed a bunch of chests down over here. Before we started making this, like long before, like when the server first started, he put a bunch of chests here and he had stuff in it, like that and that and that. And then we, later on, towards the end of it, obviously since we didn't finish, we built this police station, or started to, I guess. And as we were starting to make it, he started to get territorial again. Like I said, I will tell you a story once we get up there. And he basically just said, no, everything over here and over here is mine, and you can stay in your little section, but you can't go into this area. And yeah, that started a lot of fights. We had a lot of fights on this server. But that's okay. I believe. Oh yes, another Richard thing that I'm sure we weren't allowed to go into. Where is? Oh, is there nothing here? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna head on to over here. I guess this was I believe this was Mike's house towards the end. I don't know how he expected us to get up here. I know I did some magic voodoo tricks like a few times to get up here, and I used that. But this house, I mean, it definitely had potential. But I don't know. He never really played enough to actually get use out of it, you know. So, um, yeah. To-do board. This is something I need to do in like all my worlds. Just make a to-do board because I get unmotivated very quickly after I'm not very good with stuff. Here's his portal. We'll get there. And then I have no clue what this was. He never really completed a lot of his base. I know he had this area and this area, but he never really completed a lot of his base, so we never really knew where things were going. That was a farm. That something over there, but I don't know what it was supposed to be. I guess we're gonna head to this mountain, I guess. But yeah. So this mountain was a very important mountain. This was where Richard made his first house. That got blown up like 1,000 times. It was sitting right here, as you can see under. It got blown to smithereens like 1,000 times. Once by me as a prank, but then another time by somebody else. And they both happened fairly quickly, and somebody felt bad and rebuilt this house for him, and then it got blown up again, and it was just a whole thing. And essentially, after his house got exploded and he moved from all of his different areas, I he had already built this giant area up here. And I was like, yo, I need a place for my course fruit farm. Please don't teleport me somewhere I don't want to be. Okay, thank you. And I wanted to make a course fruit farm. And this was a giant open area. I was like, this is an absolutely perfect spot to build. So I, set it up, and started placing things down. After he realized that I had done it, he was like, wait, now I want to build something here. And this is the part where things got a little insane, because we all kind of had our own areas, but if somebody abandoned other people's areas, it was cool to take, because he had already taken like 2 other houses that weren't his before. So I was like, okay, I can do it too. But yet the server owner still ended up siding with him on the matter, and gave this area back to him. And look, this is how he left it. Absolutely no work was done. I could have had my farms here, and it would have been fine. Also note, when he took over the place again after my farm was there, he didn't even give me a course fruit back. So I had to go back into the end and get another course flower, to start a farm. Kind of rude, but whatever. I'm going to skip this house because this house was mine, to go over here. This is Drake's like other mansion house. It looks awesome. My house doesn't look nearly as good, but we'll get back to that in a second. He didn't really do anything here, as I've been saying a lot. Balcony looks great. This area never got completed. A nice second floor with a dragon head, also never got completed. And then a nice ceiling. The moment you've all been waiting for. Let's just get on to my house. So there was 2 places where my house kind of started. Up here, and then you could go up there, or you can go over here to here. I kind of made my house, I guess in the style of like, I don't know if you guys remember, but or if you guys even know, but in Iron Man 3, the movie by Disney and Marvel, he had like this house on like a mountain cliff, and I was kind of like basing it off on that with like the structure of it all, and I don't know. You'll see what it looks like when we get inside. But whoops. So here are my dogs. They've been here the whole time. We had admin shop, and I wanted a place to sell the sugarcane, and this is how I did it. But they eventually, when they made a shop, they made a better sugarcane, but I kept it here because whatever. This does nothing. I wanted to see if people would flick it or not, so I always had it. All my dogs, they're wonderful. Here's my balcony. By the way, you can see that that these have like private signs or not on these things have private signs on them, and you know that was good, but you know there's ways to get around it. God damn it! Why did you take me down? Just take me into the house. But yeah, there's ways to get around it. This is upsetting, but there were ways to get around. But there were ways to get around it. Thank you. All right, we're on the second floor now. Like chorus fruit. So private didn't always mean private. You could get in. This was my jukebox hero section. I wonder if I still have the. I probably don't. Oh yeah, I do. See if it still works. Alright, so we kind of all had like our own song selections. And let's see. Okay, 13 and cat, since I have like 2 of those, let's see what they are. Copyright. No, I actually don't care because I don't have monetization on my channel anyways. So I guess I'll go through all these. Let's see what's on the crack disc.
Alright guys, I'm doing Take On Me now. Alright.
This is awful. Oh my god.
I really like this song. It sounds good. Mine in a way. I don't know what to mine on my.
Jesus Christ. So we all had our own song selections. I do want to go through all these. This was, by the way, this is my kitchen. We kind of had a thing. It's called, well, whenever me. Since I was doing a lot of the farming, I always had a saying. People were asking for food. Like, where's food? Where's food? Where can I get food? I'm like, food. It's in the chest. And that's what it is. And then also, I also said, check your privilege. Because I was a farmer and I had no privilege. Okay, so we got some Queen. We got some Queen in this. Not bad, not bad. I think that was actually one of my picks, if I had to say. Oh, this was also my pick. This is fire. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You move with the aki in a gun belly." I don't know if you guys have heard that before, but it is awesome, and you guys should definitely check out that song. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like "They're All Together," something like that. I don't know. It's super awesome. I'm sure if you check the like if you use Shazam or something, you listen to the audio. That was another one. I don't know that song, so it definitely wasn't my pick. Go on to this one next. There are a few meme ones.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world and
So not bad. Not a bad pick. Up next. Oh, I already used wait. Okay. Oh, that's an anime one. Alright. I'm not really an anime watcher. I don't hate on it or anything, but you know, that's that was what that one was. So it wasn't one of my songs. Oh, another Queen one. Yeah. I was kind of going through a Queen phase. If you guys know from my like what is it called? Spotify like of the year thing, it showed like that my person of the year was Queen. Let's see what this one is. Alright. No, I'm having too much fun with this. Obviously, it's a game, so I should be having fun. I've already done wait. I already have done wait. Oh, okay, nope, that's not what I meant. Far, have I done far? I've not done far, but we have 2 cats in there, or 13, whatever it is. Let's see what this one is. Oh, here's another meme one. It's not a terrible song, it was a meme, so. Oh, and I've already shown that one. Alright, so yeah, those are all the music discs. So, yeah, I was just about to delete everything in the inventory, but I realized, no, my stuff. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into my ender chest real quick and just drop everything off, because I don't need this anymore. Heading to the 3rd floor, this is my storage floor. A lot less fun than that previous store. This is also a store. A lot less fun than that previous level. This was my bed. This is the one I slept in. This is where all my stuff was. I originally shared this house, but then the other person moved away for another area, which I will show you later. Let me throw everything in here. Oh no, phantom membrane. What will I do without it? Yeah. Yeah, just more storage, whatnot. This is kind of like my balcony sort of area that I just chilled in. Very nice. I will get to that statue in a second. I want to show the basement first because I feel like showing the statue first will spoil some of the basement because I used a lot of glass. So I'll head downstairs into the basement. Alright. So, moving into this downstairs area of the basement, this was kind of like my nether wart and cocoa bean farm. That I also had a small carrot farm. Down here, this was kind of a potion making area / enchantment area, a trash can. Watch this, dude. This is insane. So you can do this, and then you just go boop boop boop, and you close it. It just starts getting rid of all the items. I'm gonna actually stop because that's way too many. But yeah, it basically just shoots it out into some lava, and it's got this cool little redstone contraction. As the world went on, I definitely got better with doing a lot of redstone. So there was a lot of things that were redstone based because I was learning and I was doing well. This was my cave spider spawner. I don't know what the hell this is. I did this and then I would kill them down here, but they would still be able to hit me. This is my Bane of Arthropods unbreaking mending thing. So this is my kind of XP grinder. I did it originally for money because there was a killing mob thing that you can get money on. But I was not very smart and realized that you can't get money off of the ones that spawn in spawners. Ha ha ha. Quick transition. Fuck. No, where is it? Okay, no. What is happening? Oh wait, I want to watch this. What? Wait, where are the ones that push up? Oh, was it just like this? I doubt it. It definitely wasn't just like this. It definitely went up. But whatever. Quick transition. Fuck. Boop. Boop. Cool. Awesome. I don't want to go out here yet, even though this was my back exit. Cool. Because there's more to show down here, and the back exit would just ruin the surprise. So, like I said, I was the farmer, and here is another section of the Netherworld farm, but here's where we're going to start to see kind of more on why I was the farmer. The dedication, the craft. This was my potato farm. This is all that anyone will ever need. I just spoiled some of that. And here's my carrot farm. Definitely more than anybody's going to need. Totally cool, whatever. Moving on to this area. This was my melon farm. And that continued over here. This originally had an automatic melon setup where you would just be able to hit a lever. Everything goes down and it gets picked up with minecart rail. I later realized that I prefer doing it by hand because the minecart rail didn't really work that well. Plus, I was going down here to do it by hand for these things anyways, that it kind of just didn't make sense. I'm going to go outside first because it's smaller than what I want to show you downstairs, even further in the basement. And I guess now I can show you this statue made by, not me, by somebody else, but yeah, just absolutely awesome. Yeah, a $3,000 fine for crossing this point. I don't know, we just kind of all didn't want anybody to be in our bases, but yeah. So, as you can see, I was the farmer. This is an automatic farm. Basically, you press the button, water starts flowing. Give it a second, and then after that, you stop it, and then, you know, all the items will come down here, and then they'll fill up. But yeah, so this is what made my world, basically. I was the farmer. I had gigantic farms like this. This is another potato farm. This is beetroot. Beetroot, I quickly learned, was the best for profit. So that's why I had such a large beetroot farm out here. Another melon farm, small farm. Probably my smallest farm, actually, now that I look at it. I am going to show you something else before I get down into the basement. So up here, there was originally somebody else's base. I believe it was Andrew's base. He made a base back here behind the mountain, in the mountain, and it took us a while to figure it out. But when we did, we raided it. Like, 2 of us came in here, killed him, destroyed it, stole some stuff, and that was what it was. It later became a mining area for me, as you can see, but behind here in the ruins, I guess there shouldn't even be a light in here. Okay, so there's lights coming in, but let's just say there isn't any lights in the ruins of this place, where there once was a builder. There was once a home in here. If you if you find down here past his previous wall, if you walk down here, you can see something that I personally found, that I made the journey, the sacrifice to find, hidden under the mountain, the bread god's temple. Pray to the bread god. You need to throw yourself into the fire. We into the fire. Classic. I still knew how to whatever type back then, but yes, you throw yourself into the fire and you get a stack of bread, and that was kind of like another way to get money. There was two different paths. One that was the way, and then the other way that went straight from my house, which then obviously got turned into that sugarcane farm. Like I was saying earlier. But yeah, so I made the bread god, and it was it was like a non-profit, I guess, organization, to say the least. But yeah, I'll go down into my basement now, because this is where you're gonna be like, Joe, why did you do this? This made no sense. Okay, this was the minecart track that would pick up the bread. But yeah, eventually I gave up on it. But this was my carrot farm, and it was a really humble farm. It was kind of stuffed away, and it's a big farm. I got my got all my chickens over here. They're annoying, but as you can see, it's just a nice humble farm. It's a nice humble carrot farm. But then you start walking further back, and you're like, oh, there's beetroot now. Oh, there's beetroot now. Oh, there's beetroot now. That's crazy. So yeah, I learned that beetroot is the best for profit, and I basically took advantage of that. This was my first ever mega farm, I guess is what you could call it. The plans were definitely to make it a lot bigger than they actually end up being. There's this path all the way to another person's base. We were to connect this farm all the way from my base to this person's base. Look how far this was originally going to be before I stopped. This would have been a gigantic farm, bigger than one of my other mega farms that bigger than one of my other mega farms I made on another server, which I sadly got destroyed because of a corruption in the server files. But I did get pictures before before it, so I'm gonna try to put those up on the stream if I can. But yeah, basically, this was what the how big it was gonna be. It was gonna be absolutely ginormous. And it was going to go all the way to this person's house. Sorry for banging the mic if you heard that. And yeah, it was going to be this big. It was going to be absolutely just gigantic and insane. Over here, this was a farm that I helped start and set up, and made it helped them turn it into what it was today. As you can see, that statue again, this person made it with me. This is a pretty big farm. This person was also a farmer, but they weren't the farmer, alright? You're going to see in a second, you're going to see that they have a gigantic melon farm. You're going to think, oh my god, you're not as good. Your melon farm was half the size. But did you see that underground area? That was huge. And yes, I did harvest these plenty of times. This actually was supposed to be all the way out here as well. So it would have definitely competed. But if it ever got to that point, and if I ever went second on the farming leaderboard, I would have made big moves. But this person wasn't the only person that was working on the farming leaderboards. Also, this was the rest of the base. I feel like I neglected it, but yeah, nice little base here. Very well put together, but it was kind of a secret. Like, nobody knew it was here. This was like one of the best kept secrets in the entire server. Only me and this person knew that it was here. But anyways, so if you go all the way back over here, if I had the fly speed command, ooh, it would be so good. All the way back to this platform that I kind of looked at, but it never really got used. past Mike's house. There was another person that was challenging me for my gloriousness? No. No. I have no clue what I'm saying. Who was challenging me for the right to be the farmer on the server. Even going as far as harvesting my great wall of sugarcane when I wasn't doing it. I'm not even going to look at this flying structure, so you don't even get to see it. I don't even want to spoil it before it happens. So right here, there's the shack. I never went this direction on the server. I never did. So as soon as I got to my wall of sugarcane, I just focused on that. I never went this far. I went here. I went past it once. Crime scene, do not touch. This was me, by the way. I was the crime scene. Hack Pico, the server owner's brother, he challenged me. He was trying to challenge me. He had plans. Him and his, was it, him, okay, so it was Richard's brother, if I was correct. But they were using the owner's second account. They were building this the entire time. And they didn't want me to know about it. But all of a sudden, I saw him rising on the leaderboard. I was like, how is this guy doing this? This is ridiculous. I am the best. I have the biggest and most farms. There's no way this guy could be rising on the leaderboard like this. And one day, I just started walking off in this direction. And I don't want to be underground anymore. I started walking off in this direction, and I saw this. I was like, oh my god. So I mined down, and I fell right into it, just how I did right there. And this is what I saw, and I was like, oh my god. But this isn't it. He has a house even further up in this direction that he didn't want us to find. That's why it's so far away. He didn't want me to find it. He didn't want anybody to find it. Unless if it's not here, I feel like it was. Definitely wasn't this far. There was a house over here, basically. I don't know, maybe the save was corrupted or if it was a later save, but sorry, earlier save. But there's like a house that I believe should have been like right there, and under there he had like even more farms, but they weren't like that big, or they weren't gonna be that big. But yeah, it was just absolutely insane. I just saw him rising up through the ranks, and I was like, I'm going to try to teleport. Can I just quickly check? 300, 400. Let me just type that in. Is it negative 400? I thought it was negative, yeah. 300, negative 400. I'm going to try to find spawn. So, real quick, I'm going to do that. Nope, don't want to do that. 255, 0. And I'm going to drop. Oh, okay. Wait. I don't remember where spawn was. Like, our spawn area that we made. Because there was a shop, I remember. Actually, wait, I want to try to find the PvP arenas. Because I remember they were, like, made out in, like, 10,000. I could be wrong. I know this is kind of getting off track of what it was. We were actually the final week before the server closed. It was supposed to be mine. Oh, here it is. It was supposed to be my week. Oh, this is actually it. Oh my god. I guess it only came out in parts, but this was actually supposed to be my week to do it. And essentially, I did like a maze. Wow, this is actually insane that it actually, mostly... Oh, here it is. So, basically, actually, this will be a perfect amount of how many people. So, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there was me that was 9, who was kind of running through it. So, basically, this was actually supposed to be my challenge, that we all had turns to make one challenge, and no one got to do this one. It would have been so fun. But basically, it was basically a race, and you got whatever item you wanted at the end, because there were 3 main items, which I will show. And basically, you do parkour, and then you would, do this. It was really simple parkour because it wasn't supposed to be hard, because this was supposed to be the part 1 of the section. And then you get this, and the goal, it would explain the goal. And it says the goals, find your way through the rooms, there's stake. And you realize that, oh, the way to get through the first room is by opening up the chest and then going in here. And the way I made this, I think it was really cool, because you kind of like are looking around, you're like, I don't know how to get through this room. And originally the plan was you were going to, so basically you'd be able to shut off the other person's power source, and they'd be like, okay, wait, so I must have just did something right there, and that's how I get through the room. It's not true. Basically all you do is you come down and you can swim into the next room. And this room would be the first team room, so it would be this side 4 versus that side 4. And essentially you would have, also we could put like little things in here, so first person in here could look at this chest and be like, ooh, I want the chaos crystal. But yeah, so you had to figure out a way to complete the redstone circuit from here, I think. Yes, from here all the way down to here using just this. And it was not, super hard. It was like probably something along the lines. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know, boop. I don't know how many things I've used, but and then yeah, it would be like something like that. And then if it made all the way, what did I do? Oh wait, I don't remember what it was. Something. This one's supposed to be off, so this one can be on. Oh, that's why. Yeah, so that one would be turned off, and that one would be turned on, and then you go boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I'm just making it quicker. And then we go to there, and then everybody on this side, and the reason I did it like this, where 4 people could go onto this side, is because I knew that not everybody was like super smart with redstone, so I made it really simple, and so you could team up, so people could put their brains together. And yeah, but it's the exact same thing on both sides. And I made it, there's, what a bedrock, so you couldn't, cheat or anything. But yeah. Then next up was another crystal. But then this was a lava maze, and you could either go down and. By the way, I wanted to make it fair, so, another crystal. I wanted to make it fair, so even if people weren't good with, like, parkour or something, it would, everybody would still have time to catch up. So this would be a lava maze. You could either come down and risk dying, or you could come here and figure out the exact path, or find, oh, maybe I want a crystal, and it will take me a little bit longer. But you'd find the exact path, and then you could take it. So let's take the path, because I believe I remember it. Nope. See, I'm already messing it up. And then you want to shift right here, like on these, so you don't take damage and die. But if you shift while walking onto this, it'll slow you down even more. So you do have to kind of, do like that, or, sorry. And then yeah, so then you're here. This one was actually my favorite. And I don't think I ever got it right. Yeah, something like this. It's weird. I actually had to make this part different on both sides, because I did not know how to set this up on the other side to make it work. In fact, I'm even going to pop this open real quick. And the reason this was open on top, because there would always be a spectator, and you could see what it is. But these are literally the exact same. I had to measure it out. But yeah, for some reason this doesn't work on the other side. Or it didn't, I should say. And I had to make it differently. But yeah, even though it's like, it's different setup, it's the exact same. And basically you just push through. There's another chaos crystal if you wanted to get it. There used to be ladders here. And then essentially you would have to, here, I wanted it to be fair, so you'd have to wait for both of these people to click it at the exact right moment, and they would only go down for a split second. So 2 people get through, and then here, the free gift, and here you had a choice if you wanted to help other people out or if you wanted to, win it yourself. You could open up the door, or you can keep it locked. Let's check out some of the redstone. Yeah, I remember doing this. It was a lot of work, actually, because a lot of different things had to go, like, perfectly. So I had to set up a redstone path that shot this up so the redstone thing could go. And if both of the currents would be correct, then that block would go down. And this would also, unlock it. So I also have one way that would keep it down and one way that would require 2 different inputs at the exact same time to unlock it, which was kind of cray-cray. But, yeah, so moving on to this. I thought, hey, let's do a bit of trivia now because, I don't know why. But for instance, so there should be pressure plates on all of these. So how many hostile mobs are there in Minecraft? This was at the time of 1.13. So and this was so if I wanted to spectate anyone, I could fly in and out. That's why there's a hole in every roof. But if you picked wrong, you'd go here, and then you'd get another one. How old am I, or was I? I think I was 17 when I made this. And then you go down. I was, yay! And then even if you got the first answer wrong, you would get a chance for a chaos crystal, and then you would get a chance to continue, even if you got it wrong. So it would be a slower path, but it would still get you there. So the correct answer was whatever the fuck the correct answer was, 24. How many friendly mobs are there? I think it was 11, but I'm gonna just go here because I believe it's the wrong. Oh no, that was the correct answer. Way to just really ruin it. Yes, let's just say I do the wrong one again. Whatever, don't care. What's Joe's middle name? Let's just do a wrong one. Jonas. Clearly my middle name. Oh no. Oh yeah, and if you guess this one wrong, you die and you get sent back to the beginning. So it was definitely gonna be a really fun thing. If you guessed Matt, you'd be wrong too. It's John. You go down, and did I not make this path yet? Okay, well that ruins it. I don't know. Let's go to this one. 5, whatever. How many years ago did Joe start YouTube? I think it was 5, but I think it's 6 now. Yeah. And then, yeah, did I not make this one? I did make it. What did I? Oh, wait. I definitely did this one wrong. Yeah, that's Matt's door. Okay, yeah, so I got it wrong. I made it wrong, okay. I understand. But yeah, then you have another chance at a chaos crystal or 2 for getting a wrong answer right. And then you come up here, you'd find the ladder. And then you'd get your pick of your prize. So if you wanted a godly bow, a godly chestplate, or a godly axe, a lot of people liked fighting with axes, that you'd pick it. So let's say if I wanted this godly chestplate, you'd walk in, you go up here, and then there was a lever that made this pop up here, so nobody else can get into your prize, and you just get your. Wow, that's the best. That's a god chestplate. Or here, that's Excalibur. Yeah. And then here, there's the bow of bowiness. But yeah, so that'd be the entire thing. And yeah, usually these would be like an hour or so long. I made all of this in a creative world, and then they transferred it over. What in the hell is this? I don't know what this is. But yeah, we all had our own little chance to make our mini games and whatnot. Yes, I remember this one was hell. It got destroyed. This one we spawned in a room, and basically there would be a crystal in there or something. And I think only a few of us noticed that there would be crystals in here because a few of us went and looked for them. I know I got 5 out of this mini game. But yeah, this would be a PvP arena. Mob would drop in. Probably a little more than we could handle. We had really weak armor, But we got through it, and then I think there was like a path over here, yeah. And then you do some parkour, and then something would happen. I don't want to mess with all these. Oh yeah, sweet, just kill everybody. And then more parkour. Parkour. I don't know. But that was another one. I know mine was struggling to be loaded in. That's why there's so many of them. What is up here? Is this its own thing? Okay, interesting. But yeah, so that was that. Let me TP back to 300 for negative 450. TP Joe my god gaming 300 negative 450. 135. Alright, I'm gonna still save this. I'm gonna go to the nether now. I'm gonna show you what a nether looked like. How long has this been going on, by the way? It's going on for about an hour, 16 minutes so far. There was a person in chat named Kitten Coder. I apologize for not, oh, my bad, for not reading the comment, but I'm sure you'll eventually see it, see the live stream some way, somehow. Totally fine, though, but basically said, so many people join a server, then leave incomplete builds. Do you ever play modded? Occasionally, very rarely. And then I like the blues songs. So that must have been back when we were playing music. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not very good at looking at chat when I'm not super duper trying. Like right now, I know they wanted to do something in this area, so I cleared it out, but I don't think it ever got used. And then here, redstone, that. Let's go into the nether. See what the nether. Ah, it's so loud. It's still very loud. So yes, I remember. Is this for some reason not loading? Because there was like a path and everything here. Sorry, give me a second. I know there's a path in here. Let's keep on going. I know there's an ending somewhere. Feel the fire on the fingers, huh? Okay, yes, I guess the nether didn't save when I brought it over, but this is the right world. Yeah, I remember. There was a path here, and then it went over here, went down here, somewhere. Dang. I wish I remember. Oh yeah, it came over here, and there was another portal here, I believe. Or it was out there, I think. Clearly that's saved. How is only part of it saved, though? Okay, I'm gonna actually build out here a couple blocks. See if it links up with the portal. Because I do remember there being a portal out here. Obsidian. Also, for anybody who says I built the portal wrong because it has corners, first of all, hi, you're from Captain Sparkles, I know. Second, I'm a fan of Captain Sparkles, but I do not agree with that at all. Happy face. See if it links up with his portal. Frick. Should be an island somewhere, I think. Maybe not. Oh, that sucks. I know there's a portal somewhere. Basically, somebody had like a little island to themselves way out here. That's a real shame. Yeah, I can't find it. That kind of sucks. I will try to get back in there. Where was it? Game mode, spectator. This is how you find things. Where's the portal? God damn it, I've lost the portal. Where did it go? It was right here like 2 seconds ago. No, where's the portal? Why is that so bright, by the way? It's like somebody's been there before. I've lost the portal, so I'm just gonna TP Joe Micah Gaming to 300, 150, negative 450, and I should be generally close somewhere, right? Okay. I guess here's the time that you've all been waiting for. I just went back into spectator. I should be in creative. This. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. Who was it? Richard and the server owner, Drake. They were kind of being pricks. No offense. Basically, anybody that moved away from this village kind of was a prick. Not gonna lie. Like even that person that my base connected to, not a prick because that was still very walkable. I mean, it'd be annoying, but it'd be walkable. But they moved away, like somewhere way off in this direction. I have not a clue. In fact, one day I went searching for their base. I found an ice biome and a jungle biome and just everything, but not their base. But they had built this in the ground. They built this entire thing in the ground, way over there. And then one day I get on, and it's floating above my, sugarcane wall, totally, hand-built. So I don't know if they, what is it called, world edited it? Because they're both world edit on the server for, obviously putting in those challenges that we all made. But, I don't know if they world edited it and then built in this. Also, what is going on here? Yeah, this is new. I don't remember seeing this ever. We're seeing things live right now. Yeah, I have no clue what's supposed to be under here, but it's very interesting because it's the first time I'm seeing this, and I don't know, I just saw the little grass there. I'm like, oh, we can break that and get in there. But yeah, so assuming that it's all hollow, I'm guessing it was mostly done by hand. But yeah, coming up here, no trespassing for the memes, or is it? I don't understand. But basically, you get up here, I believe that shuts off the water, makes it so people can't get up here, which means that we had to get up here more difficult ways. It was actually interesting though. This server, we beat the end dragon, we did everything, we pillaged the end, but I never got elytra. I never used elytra. I never did anything like that. I did everything walking, and to this day, I've never used an elytra, in survival. Basically, it's kind of crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna unleash that again. I guess I'm gonna end up going through the portal. Nope. Okay. Shut up. I realize that doesn't make it be any quiet, or gotta do it again. Rest in peace, eardrums. Not listening to it. Okay, definitely not what I was expecting. I have to break their portal to get into there, but yeah, all this was hand built, and this just appeared one day. I was like, excuse me, what? Okay, so it actually, surprisingly, the castle is well built. Everything else inside, not so much. They literally don't have much in here. It's just a farm, a little bit of an aquarium. The rest of the castle is basically not being used. I've already been up here before, prior to this and like see if they had anything good in their chest, but nothing really crazy. You know, I mean, this was probably their best chest, honestly, because everything else was like, eh. I was surprised they made such like an effort to like build this thing and move it and everything, but they never really did much with it. Over here they had a a little farm here. There was a cow on here, and it was like, you know, their cow, and it was like named and everything. And one day I was like, I'm gonna kill it, so I killed it, you know, and that's how that ended. Yeah, more farms. And this is all that their world is. I'm sure I'm forgetting something about this world, but I mean, this is just absolutely beautiful. Like putting a watermelon in the tree. If you did that for all the trees and like kind of like spread it out and made it look like leaves, like I think that would be cool. I mean, that's a really cool idea. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely forgetting something. This was 1.13, so there were like underwater breathing things with the conduits and everything. So, you know, that's what it was. Yeah, I'm definitely forgetting Andrew's base because that was the one that I tried to find through the Nether. I just can't find it right now because the Nether didn't get made. But yeah, this was my first ever group survival world. It was so fun, and honestly, I want to do that again. With like, you know, people that I know a little bit better, because I was kind of in like another person's friend group, you know, and I was kind of invading, and I was just kind of enjoying my life, and oftentimes they would be in like a call and I'd be off doing stuff by myself. But you know, I really enjoyed this server and all the memories that it gave, and it was really just a great time. This was where I found my love for farming, you know, like all this stuff, like, you know, this is where like I saw like survival builds that looked like really good for the first time, because this was before I watched like Hermitcraft, like I was saying at the very beginning of the live stream. Like, so seeing builds like this and this and, you know, that, like these are mega builds that were all done in survival, and it's like, wow, it really opened up my eyes to what can be done in Minecraft. And this was like my first ever like world, just kind of like looking back at it and just seeing how much has been done, you know. It's not emotional per se, but it's definitely cool. I stole some pickles back in the day, but didn't know what they did, but I stole them. But yeah, this was just, it was fun looking back at this world. It's absolutely amazing and just awesome. Just to look back at just what this world has done, you know, what it's like to be on this world again. You know, it's just so beautiful to be on this world, to be in this world and enjoying life. And I'm sorry, that was too much. Oh my god. Just to sum up basically what I'm trying to say is it's an awesome experience going back through. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh Jesus. Thank you very much for anybody that said bless you. But no, it was just an awesome experience to look back through the world and, you know, feel all the memories coming back through and just, you know, enjoying the time that I had back on this server. And yeah, like I said, I've always wanted to do a giant survival world that lasted this long, and you know that has all these different projects and amazing things. But it's really hard to get people on and committed and have a server that'll be up 24/7 like this one was, like, you know. But it's really great looking back at everything and this world. But yeah, it's beautiful. But anyways, for anybody that cares, who's watching right now, if you missed out on the start of the stream or anything, and you just want to like see what we've been looking at, what we've been talking about, everything in this world, if you want to look at it, definitely, this looks weird now, definitely go check out my YouTube channel where you can see it. You can also see it on my Twitch. There's gonna be multiple places where you can end up seeing this, but yeah. So actually, I think it's saved on all the places that I live stream. So check it out on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube. It will stay on YouTube forever. Twitch and Mixer, I'm not sure if they delete it after a certain amount of time. I know Twitch does, but I don't know if Mixer does. So, because I'm still new to Mixer. So, anyways, yeah, anybody that's watching on the other platforms, definitely check me out on Mixer. I want to grow, and that's how I want to do it moving forward. I want to just have everything, kind of be there and looking out. So yeah. Thank you, everyone who stopped by. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, also, Lil Shitniv 2K36, that sucks. I hate when that happens because honestly, it's totally outside of your control. But that's why when we were doing this server, everybody that was in the server, we knew that, we knew them in real life, basically. So we were able to, that scared the hell out of me. We were able to keep control and, if anybody did anything dumb, we'd be able to beat them up, basically. But yeah, anyways, just check out the full build if you missed it, or the full video on YouTube, Mixer, or Twitch. And